Welcome to the channel. I'm the Scottish Astrologer, and in this video I am going to talk about the buck moon and lunar eclipse, which takes place tropically in the zodiac sign of Capricorn on the 16th of July. And this particular eclipse will be visible for most of the northern hemisphere, excluding most of North America. Now, a buck moon just simply means the full moon or a full moon which takes place during the month of July. And lunar eclipses, just like solar eclipses, are synonymous with bringing around great change. And as I have mentioned in other videos when talking about eclipses, the effects of an eclipse are a lot more potently felt when the eclipse takes place in a cardinal sign. So as this eclipse takes place in the sign of Capricorn, which is one of the 4 cardinal signs, this eclipse will be a more potent one. And the change that will be brought about by this particular eclipse will be quite deep, sudden, and possibly even initially quite violent or rough, because like you see on screen, the moon happens to be in conjunction with Pluto during this eclipse. And also the moon is in a conjunction with Saturn, who is currently very powerfully situated being in the sign of Capricorn, as he is the ruling planet of that sign. And Saturn also regards the moon as his enemy. So as Saturn's enemy, the moon has come into his house, into Saturn's house, and the moon is unwelcome there, as firstly, the moon is in her detriment in Capricorn. She really does not like to be in the sign of Capricorn. And secondly, like I mentioned, Saturn sees the moon as his enemy. So this situation is worse for the moon because Saturn is in Capricorn. It's bad enough for the moon to be in Capricorn alone. But when Saturn is also here, the moon's situation is greatly worsened, okay? Now, the energies of both Saturn and of Pluto are completely overwhelming and drowning out the moon's natural energies, and are totally replacing them with the energies of Saturn and Pluto. And so the combined energies of a well-placed Saturn mixed with the energies of Pluto are very violent and rough, shall we say, okay? Saturn loves to teach tough but necessary life lessons. So the effects of this eclipse personally on each individual will be quite challenging and rough and won't seem very nice, okay, initially, but it will be beneficial for you in some respect in the long run, okay? Whatever change this brings to you will be beneficial for you in some aspect in the long run, okay, but may seem rough at the time. And how you know exactly which area of life this eclipse will have effect in, okay, is by looking at your natal chart and finding which house precisely 24 degrees of Capricorn is located, and also checking to see if the moon would land on any planets or luminaries or points on your natal chart, because if she does, then the energies of that particular planet or luminary, etc., will also be activated and come into play personally for you at some point after this eclipse has taken place, okay? It's important to know, I'm not saying that the moment this eclipse takes place you're going to have an instant effect, okay, in this particular life area, because that is not the case, okay? It could be a few weeks after, a couple of months after, any time up to 12 months when we're talking about a lunar eclipse. And when we're talking about solar eclipses, the effects can even take a few years to occur, okay, believe it or not. But I will say they usually do take place much quicker than these time scales, okay, the maximum time scales. So again, look at your chart and see which house on your chart, 24 degrees of Capricorn, is located. And if 24 degrees of Capricorn is located in your first house or ascendant, then the change will be related to either your appearance, personality, or how you are perceived by others. If in the second house, then the change will be related to either money, wealth, or material possessions. If in your third house, then related to intelligence, siblings, or communication. If in your fourth house, then related to family or the home. If in your fifth house, then love, pleasure, leisure, children, or hobbies. If in your sixth house, then health or daily work or daily life. If in the seventh house or descendant, then partners, marriage, contracts, or associations. If in the eighth house, then death or transformation, sexuality or battles. If in the ninth house, then spirituality, philosophy, higher learning, or law, legality and religion, or travels. If in the 10th house or the midheaven, then the change will be related to career, social success, destiny or fame. If in the 11th house, then related to friends, projects, protections or happiness. And last but not least, if this lunar eclipse lands in your 12th house, then the change will be related to anything from fears, enemies, difficulties, addictions, ordeals, to secrets, dreams, or even sleep, okay? Okay, now I will get into what I am seeing that this eclipse will bring in general as a whole, okay? So if you look at the chart on screen, you will see this is the birth chart of the EU, the European Union, in its current form, okay? Which was when the Maastricht Treaty was signed, okay, in Holland, okay, on this particular date. And on screen is the chart for this moment in time, and so the chart, the national chart for the European Union. Again, in its current form, because when it first began, it wasn't quite what it was today. It progressed into it. 1993 was that date. Now, as you can see on screen, this lunar eclipse, along with both Saturn and Pluto, okay, land on the conjunction, tight conjunction of Uranus and Neptune in the sixth house, on their chart, and thus activating these particular planets, okay. And Uranus is the planet of revolution, and Neptune is the collective consciousness. So this is going to bring big change to the European Union. But this change is a two-way sort of fragmented thing, which is in direct contrast to each other. Let me explain. The unelected rulers of the EU are going to try and change the EU in the sense that it becomes more united and more integrated into one big nation. As Saturn, okay, which plays a great role in this eclipse, is all about contraction and is the law, okay? And they're going to do this by trying to have their own military, etc. Things like that, okay? Unifying all the member states' militaries into one military and doing things like that, okay? And in that way, integrating things further into one big nation, okay, even further than what is already. And so each member state would lose some sovereignty through the desired end goal of the European Union, okay? But at the same time as the rulers wanted more integration, the people of Europe, along with quite a lot of leaders of certain European nations, are wanting it to drastically change in the sense that it is less united and less integrated, okay, and returns to what it originally was and was intended for, just being a free trading bloc, with all sovereign member states keeping full sovereignty and decision making in their own countries. So this eclipse is going to activate a truly interesting, intriguing, and it's going to be a very crucial time for the European Union, indeed activated fully through this eclipse. Because like I said, the unelected rulers want more control while everybody else wants more freedom. So something clearly has to give here. And interestingly enough, the insanity and backwardsness of the thinking of the rulers of the EU, okay, the leaders, can be seen on the chart of this eclipse through the opposition from the moon to a retrograding Mercury in Leo, which is the zodiac sign of leaders or kings. And it will be very interesting indeed to see how this all plays out and whose vision of change for Europe actually prevails. But as the moon represents the crowd or the people and is in such a bad state during this eclipse, okay, being in detriment in Capricorn, Saturn being there, okay, in its house and seeing the moon as an enemy, and so the moon's in a very bad situation as it is. So as the moon's the crowd, the people, it's looking like the ruler's way will prevail, okay? Or if not prevail, they just will not accept what the people and a lot of the European leaders are wanting, which is more freedom. They won't accept this, and so you'll see more things happening, like happen in France, for instance. Stuff like that, the people taken to the streets, okay? Last resort action. Okay folks, I think that's all for this video. A huge thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell at the right hand side of the subscribe button. Until next time, take care.